The chamber of Sirius Prime was enormous. It stretched high into the sky, with walls of polished metal that reflected the strange light of distant stars. Representatives from countless worlds filled the seats, their forms as varied as the planets they came from. Some had tall, spindly bodies, others were short and thick. Their voices filled the hall with strange languages, though translation devices made everything understandable. Humans were unusual in this place. Their skin was simple, their shapes familiar, yet their eyes carried a quiet strength. Aaron Lewis walked into the chamber with a calm step. He was the head of the human delegation, a diplomat with sharp eyes and a steady voice. Behind him walked Linda Morgan, the defense advisor, carrying data pads and reports from human space. Next to her was Jason Clark, a young officer who had seen battles and now learned diplomacy. He watched the alien representatives nervously, adjusting the strap of his uniform. As the humans took their seats, the council began. The head of the meeting, a tall blue-skinned alien named Velter, spoke with a voice that rumbled like distant thunder. "Humans," he said, "we welcome you. The council has called this meeting to discuss the expansion of your colonies." Aaron nodded slightly. He spoke clearly. "We are ready to listen and discuss. Our only desire is fair treatment and peace." The council members nodded, though some looked doubtful. The discussion began slowly. One alien representative, a six-limbed creature from the planet Goran, spoke harshly. "Your expansion is reckless. You grow too fast. You do not respect council laws." Aaron listened. He replied with calm words. "Our people expand because our planet's resources are limited. We respect the council's laws when they are fair. We ask for the same consideration we give others." The tension in the room grew. Some of the aliens whispered to each other, pointing at the humans. One of the council members from the star system, Thaler, stood up. His voice was sharp. "Humans have caused wars before. Do you think we can trust you to follow the rules now?" Aaron leaned forward. "We have made mistakes, as all species do. But we have learned. Our mistakes do not define us. We ask to be treated as equals, not as children who must be controlled." Velter, the chair, tried to keep the meeting calm. "Perhaps," he said, "we can create agreements that satisfy both sides. But your history worries us." The conversation continued, but soon it turned bitter. Some species began to insult humans openly. One representative sneered, "Your planet is violent. Your people cannot be trusted. You think you are strong, but you are weak." Aaron felt a tightness in his chest. But he did not show anger. He remained calm, speaking with quiet dignity. "Strength is not shown by words. It is shown by actions. Our actions prove we can be trusted when treated fairly." The insults continued, some crueler than before. Jason noticed the young delegates whispering among themselves, angry at the words but unsure what to do. Linda placed a hand on his shoulder, signaling him to stay calm. She knew that anger could ruin everything. After hours of discussion, Velter attempted to mediate again. "Perhaps we can reach a compromise," he said. "Humans, would you agree to additional oversight on your colonies?" Aaron shook his head slowly. "We cannot. Oversight implies we are untrustworthy by default. We will not accept special rules just for being human. We ask only for fairness. If the council cannot provide that, we will not participate in these talks further." The chamber went silent. Representatives whispered, glancing at each other. The room felt heavy, as if every being present understood that something important was about to happen. Velter tried again, his voice rising slightly. "Humans, surely you will reconsider. Walking away will cause tension. You could make enemies." Aaron stood. His movements were calm but firm. He looked at every representative in the chamber. "We have considered it. We came here in hope that the council would treat us as equals. We see now that hope was misplaced. Earth will no longer sit at a table where it is treated as a threat." He turned and walked toward the exit. Linda followed, her steps quiet but resolute. Jason trailed behind, his heart pounding. The council members watched in shock. No human had ever walked out of a session like this. The humans were known for their patience and diplomacy. The action was bold, almost shocking. As the humans left, a whisper spread across the chamber. "Have they gone mad?" one alien asked. Another said, Or are they stronger than we thought? Aaron and his team did not speak as they walked down the long corridor. They passed under the lights, moving steadily toward the human transport that waited outside the station. Once aboard, Aaron addressed the team. Today we made our position clear. We will not ask for permission or approval where there is no respect. We walk away from these talks, but not from our responsibilities. Linda nodded. We cannot let insults guide us. We focus on what is right for our people. We cannot control their anger, but we can control our actions. Jason sat in the transport, looking out the window at the stars. He whispered, "They looked so shocked. Do you think we will face war because of this?" Aaron shook his head. Not yet. Today was about respect. War is a last option, but we will prepare. We will not be weak when others underestimate us, as they left Cirrus Prime behind. Human ships gathered in formation. They looked ordinary, not impressive to the untrained eye, but each ship carried the will of a species that would no longer bow to threats. Back in the council chamber, Velter and the others argued. Some called for punishment, others for caution. They cannot bluff, one representative said. Humans are patient, but they are not blind. We have misjudged them. On the human flagship Horizon's Edge, Aaron convened a small council of his own. We cannot rely on the council, he said. They have shown they cannot be fair. We will act to protect our people, and we will do it with honor. Linda opened a data pad. We already have plans. Fleets are ready, colonies are secure, and resources are sufficient. The council may think walking away makes us weak, but in truth, it strengthens us. Jason leaned forward. And the people? Will they understand why we left? Will they follow us? Aaron smiled slightly. They will. Humans understand strength and fairness. We leave with dignity, not anger. We show the galaxy that patience has limits, and when crossed, humans will act. As Horizon's Edge moved through space, the stars seemed brighter, sharper. The human delegation looked at them with quiet determination. They had walked away, not because they were defeated, but because they chose to stand on their own terms for the first time. The council understood that humans were not just another species to negotiate with. They were a force of their own, a species that would not bend to insults, unfair laws, or threats. And for the first time, the galaxy felt a sense of unease. Aaron leaned on the railing of the bridge, watching distant planets slide past. We have made our choice, he said quietly. And now the galaxy will have to see what humans can do when they decide to walk their own path. Linda joined him. They will learn respect. Some will learn it slowly. Others may never learn it. But we will be ready for all of them. Jason looked between them, understanding at last the weight of their decision. We are not just diplomats, he said. We are the future of our people, and no one will make us feel small again. The ship sailed onward into uncharted space. The human delegation had left diplomacy behind, but they carried with them a quiet power, a patience that could endure, and a resolve that no council could ignore. And as the stars stretched into the distance, the galaxy watched silently, unsure what humans would do next. The first step had been taken. The humans had walked away from the council, and in that simple action, the story of the galaxy had begun to change forever. The Horizon's Edge moved steadily through human space. Stars streaked past the viewports as if time itself had slowed. Aboard the ship, Aaron Lewis sat with Linda Morgan and Jason Clark in the strategy room. The walls glowed softly with data displays. Maps of human colonies, supply routes, and fleet positions covered the tables. Aaron studied the maps, tracing lines of human expansion. We need to be ready, he said. The council thinks leaving the talks was a bluff. We must prove it is not. But we do not seek war yet. Our first goal is independence. Linda pointed to a cluster of colonies near the rim of human space. These areas are vulnerable. Some species may see our withdrawal as weakness. We need defenses ready without alarming the galaxy. Jason nodded. Our fleets are disciplined. Our crews are trained. But they have been limited by council rules. Now, we can act freely. We can move faster than anyone expects. Aaron smiled faintly. Exactly. We will strengthen our colonies quietly. We will secure trade routes and resources. We will show that humans are strong, but not reckless. The strategy session continued for hours. Each plan was precise. Supply chains were checked, fleet readiness verified, and communication secured. Human engineers worked with military planners to design new defensive stations, faster ships, and secure transport networks. Everything was done without drawing attention from the council. Linda leaned back and tapped her data pad. We have intelligence showing several species were planning to push sanctions against Earth. If they act too soon, we will already be prepared. We can defend ourselves without striking first, Aaron nodded. This is about showing strength, not aggression. Humans have patience. We can wait. We can watch. But when necessary, we will act decisively. Meanwhile, on many human worlds, citizens watch the news feeds. Reporters explain the decision to leave the council talks. People listen carefully. Some were worried about retaliation, but most understood the message. Humans would no longer accept disrespect. In one colony on the planet Halden, a young engineer named Matthew Cole worked on a transport ship. He overheard his supervisors discussing the council's likely reactions. They think humans will panic or bend, one said. They have no idea what we are capable of. Matthew smiled. I like it that way, he said quietly. We will surprise them, not by shouting, but by acting. That is our strength. Back aboard Horizon's Edge, Jason trained with crews in tactical simulations. Each exercise emphasized speed, precision, and coordination. No council rules restricted them now. Ships maneuvered with skill that shocked even the veterans. Young cadets learned quickly. Each mission was a chance to show that humans could operate independently and efficiently. Linda reviewed communications logs. We will send neutral signals to the galaxy, she said. They will know humans are still trading, still exploring, but only on our terms. They will see that walking away was not weakness, it was strategy. Aaron looked over the logs. We cannot appear desperate. We must appear calm, confident, and controlled. If the council underestimates us, it will be their mistake, not ours. In the council chambers of Cirrus Prime, leaders argued again. Reports of human fleet activity reached them. They are not panicking, said one alien with tentacles and pale skin. They are reorganizing, quietly, efficiently. They are preparing without asking us for approval. Another council member frowned. They are dangerous. We treated them as negotiators, as diplomats. Now we see they are more than that. If we push too far, we may face something we cannot control. Back on Earth, Aaron and his team visited a training facility where young humans practiced piloting, engineering, and tactical skills. Every citizen should understand, Aaron said, that our strength comes from preparation, unity, and discipline. It is not enough to walk away from the council. We must be ready for any challenge. Jason observed the flight simulation. Ships zipped through asteroid fields, avoiding hazards, performing maneuvers the council would never have allowed. This is amazing, he said. We are faster, smarter, and more precise than anyone expected, Linda added. And we are invisible while doing it. The council thinks humans are confined by rules. We have no limits now. In the weeks that followed, human colonies strengthened. Supply lines were rerouted to ensure security. Defensive satellites were installed. Communication networks became independent of council systems. Each measure was done quietly, without provoking conflict. Humans had learned that caution and preparation were as important as strength. Aaron held a meeting with colony governors via secure video link. Our goal, he said, is to be independent, not to provoke war, not to attack, but to ensure that no one can threaten our people without consequences. We walk away from the council, but we do not walk into danger blindly, Linda added, and we will maintain trade with neutral worlds. We are not closing ourselves off. We are simply choosing who we deal with and how. Strength comes with choice, and humans now have the freedom to make those choices. Jason summarized for the younger officers, our fleets, our colonies, and our citizens are now united in purpose. We are no longer limited by council rules. We will show patience, but we will not wait while others disrespect us. The Horizon's Edge became a command hub. Ships moved from planet to planet, quietly inspecting defenses, upgrading technology. and training crews. Even civilian vessels learned new protocols for security and navigation. Humans were becoming stronger in ways the Council could not see. Reports came from the rim colonies. Small fleets observed alien patrols, noting their positions and movements without engagement. Humans learned about potential threats while remaining invisible. It was not spying for anger, but preparation for self-defense. One evening, as stars shimmered across the dark sky, Aaron spoke to Linda and Jason on the bridge. Humans are patient, but not blind. We watch, we prepare, and we act only when necessary. That is our advantage. Linda looked at the blinking star charts. The galaxy will notice soon. Our independence cannot remain secret forever. But by then, we will be ready for any attempt to force us back under the Council's control. Jason added, I see it now. Leaving the talks was not the end of diplomacy, it was the beginning of something bigger. Humans are building their own way. In distant systems, Council leaders continued to debate. Some were alarmed. Some wanted to punish humans immediately. But others realized that humans had done something no species dared to do. They walked away with dignity and without panic, and now they were preparing quietly, without revealing the full scope of their capabilities. Aaron and his team held one final review before sending orders to all fleets. Remember, he said, we do not strike first. We do not seek conflict. We are humans. We protect our people and our way of life. The galaxy may challenge us, but we will be ready for every challenge. Linda nodded. Our strength is discipline, preparation, and unity. The Council will see it eventually. Some may regret underestimating us. Jason looked out at the stars, feeling a sense of pride. We are no longer the species that waits for approval. We are the species that decides its own path. As Horizon's Edge sailed onward, human fleets spread across their territory, unseen but prepared. Each ship, each colony, each citizen was part of a quiet but powerful movement. Humans were no longer limited by the Council. They had chosen independence. And in that choice lay the seed of a future that no species could ignore. For the first time, humans were not asking for respect, they were earning it through their actions. And in the galaxy, the whispers began. Humans had walked away from the Council. They had not cowered. They had not panicked. And now, they were preparing for a future where no one could challenge them without consequence. Horizon's Edge glided past distant suns, carrying the delegation who had made the first bold choice. And with every passing light year, the galaxy slowly began to realize that humans were different, patient, disciplined, and ready. And the humans themselves knew that walking away was only the first step. The next steps would define the balance of power for generations to come. The galaxy was watching. Humans were ready, and the quiet power they had built would soon be seen by all. The galaxy was changing quietly, but the Council did not notice at first. Humans had left the talks, yes, but they moved slowly, steadily, and without fanfare. Fleets sailed through the stars, colonies strengthened, and trade routes shifted. No one realized the full extent of human preparation. On the bridge of Horizon's Edge, Aaron Lewis studied star charts. Ships from human space were moving in patterns that seemed ordinary, yet each movement was precise. We are still invisible to most, he said, but that will not last. Soon, the galaxy will see our strength, whether they want to or not. Linda Morgan checked communication channels. The Council reports are already showing confusion. Species do not understand why humans withdrew, and they cannot see how prepared we are. It gives us an advantage. We must use it carefully. Jason Clark watched a fleet maneuver simulation. Young officers piloted ships through asteroid belts. Using tactics the Council would never have allowed in joint exercises. They think we are weak, he said quietly. We are stronger than they imagine. Beyond human space, the reactions began. In distant Council chambers, leaders argued. Some demanded immediate retaliation, believing humans were afraid to fight. Others were cautious, sensing something deeper. They move with patience, said one alien diplomat. And yet, there is purpose in every action. We cannot ignore them. Reports of humans withdrawing trade from Council-controlled lanes spread. Neutral worlds noticed that humans now traded directly with whom they chose. Some merchants feared angering the Council. Others saw opportunity. Humans were not reckless, they were careful, disciplined, and deliberate. In the rim colonies, engineers upgraded stations. Energy shields were strengthened, communication systems secured, and fleets trained. Civilians learned safety protocols, ensuring the population could act together in emergencies. Preparation became a daily habit, and humans felt more confident with each passing week. On Horizon's edge, Aaron gathered his top officers. "The galaxy is watching," he said. "They do not understand our patience. They may test us soon. We cannot act out of anger. We act only when necessary, and with precision," Linda added. "Our intelligence shows small fleets from hostile species moving near the rim. They may be scouting, looking for weakness. We will monitor them. We do not strike first, but we will be ready." Jason leaned over the map, pointing to a series of outposts near a cluster of unclaimed systems. "If they try anything, we can respond faster than anyone expects. These positions are perfect for defense, and our crews are ready." Meanwhile, in neutral star systems, whispers of human activity grew. Reports arrived of human cargo ships avoiding Council trade lanes, but still completing deliveries efficiently. Humans had not stopped commerce, they had shifted it on their own terms. Some species admired this subtle power. Others feared it. On the planet Halden, Matthew Cole watched young engineers working on starships. "They underestimate humans," he said. "They think leaving the Council makes us weak. They have no idea we are training, upgrading, and preparing quietly. Soon, they will notice." In the Council chambers, panic began to rise. Reports came in about unusual human movements, fortified colonies, and advanced fleet exercises. "They are stronger than we thought," said Velter, the Council chair. "We cannot ignore this. We must judge them." Some Council members wanted immediate strikes against human colonies. Others argued that it would be disastrous. "Humans do not act recklessly," said one. "We have not seen their true strength. If we provoke them, we will regret it." Back on Horizon's edge, Aaron received reports from rim patrols. Small fleets of humans had observed alien movements without being detected. Jason was impressed by the coordination. "Every fleet knows its role," he said. "They cannot touch us without being seen and countered. We are everywhere, but no one knows our full strength." Linda reviewed the intelligence. "We are not hiding," she said. "We are preparing. Our enemies believe they are safe because they do not see us. That is our advantage. We control the narrative by acting quietly, efficiently, and with discipline." Aaron nodded. "Humans are patient, but patient does not mean weak. Patience means preparation. We wait, observe, and act only when the time is right. That is how humans survive and thrive." In the rim colonies, young cadets trained tirelessly. They practiced boarding maneuvers, defense drills, and tactical retreats. Each mission emphasized discipline and cooperation. Civilians volunteered for communications, engineering, and logistics, making every colony part of a larger system. One evening, Jason walked through a training facility. He observed cadets moving with confidence, engineers working with skill, and commanders coordinating efforts seamlessly. "This is not just a fleet," he thought. "This is a society ready to defend itself, united in purpose and strength." On Horizon's edge, Aaron convened a meeting with his advisors. "The Council will soon realize they misjudged us," he said. "Some species will try small attacks. They will fail. Others may seek diplomacy. We will not respond in anger, but we will not appear weak." Linda added, "Our defense systems are ready, our fleets are capable, and our people are prepared. If the Council or any species tries to challenge us, they will meet a unified human front they cannot ignore." In distant Council chambers, debate continued. Some leaders suggested giving humans more respect. "They walk away without panic," said one. "They prepare quietly, and yet they do not provoke anyone. That is not weakness. That is power." Others were angry. "They must be punished," said a representative. "They left talks and defied our authority. We cannot allow this. Humans must be brought back under control." Aaron and his team ignored the Council's arguments. They focused on human space, on strengthening colonies, fleets, and trade. Each move was deliberate, each decision calculated. Humans acted not out of fear or anger, but out of determination to protect their own. In the weeks that followed, reports of minor skirmishes reached human intelligence. Small attacks near outposts were repelled swiftly. Jason commanded a squadron that intercepted hostile ships, using tactics unknown to the attackers. The aliens fled, surprised by the speed and coordination of human response. Aaron sent a simple message to the council: "We do not seek conflict. We defend our people and our way of life. Any attack will be met with precise response. We act only to protect, not to provoke." The council watched the message in silence. Whispers spread. "Humans are not bluffing," said one. "They are patient, disciplined, and united. We must judge them." Back on Horizon's edge, Aaron, Linda, and Jason stood on the bridge, watching fleets move across the stars. Each ship, each outpost, each civilian vessel was part of a larger human network. They were invisible to most, yet their presence was powerful. "Humans are no longer just a species to negotiate with," Aaron said. "We are a force that cannot be ignored. The council underestimated us, and now they will see the consequences." Linda nodded. "We did not walk away in anger. We walked away to prepare. And now we are stronger than they expect." Jason smiled. "The galaxy is watching, and soon they will understand that humans cannot be controlled or underestimated." On distant planets, alien leaders whispered about the humans. Some feared them, some admired them, but all realized the truth. Humans were patient, prepared, and ready. The withdrawal from council talks was not a defeat, it was the first step in showing the galaxy that humans had strength, unity, and determination unlike any other species. As Horizon's edge moved past distant suns and unknown systems, the human delegation felt a quiet confidence. They had prepared, strengthened, and coordinated. They had acted with precision, not aggression. And now, the galaxy could no longer ignore them. Humans had shown their first real power not through war, not through threats, but through preparation, unity, and discipline. And the galaxy was beginning to notice. The council's panic grew quietly, though no one dared admit it openly. They had underestimated patience, underestimated discipline, and underestimated the resolve of a species that refused to be treated unfairly. And in the distance, human fleets continued their silent movement, strengthening colonies, training citizens, and securing their place in the galaxy. The story of human independence was unfolding, not with a roar, but with the quiet certainty of a species ready for any challenge. And for the first time, the galaxy understood that humans were no longer asking for respect, they were earning it.